Joining me tonight, Mike Rogers of rawstory.com, gay activist and journalist. Great to have you with us, Mike. What do you make of this? For the first time, this is a controversy that has never played out before in New York or Boston when it comes to the St. Patrick's Day parade. Your thoughts?
Well, what I think we're seeing, Ed, more and more around the country is that politicians have to decide, do they want to come down on the side of equality, or do they want to come down on the side of continuing discrimination? I think that when you hear a mayor who is the children of Irish immigrants say, enough with the exclusion, enough with drawing these lines, that it really sends a message to the American people that, in fact, you know, this is really, there's a few people left who are really fighting this stuff, and it's time to get beyond this as a country. So
is this going to happen in every march or every celebration, that this will be an issue?
Well, this has been something that I know in New York has been going on for a few decades, actually, from back when I lived up there. So it's something that will continue. And I think now that you see the mayor of Boston, which, of course, has a huge Irish population, the mayor of New York City, the largest city in the country, saying, you know, this isn't really what I want to be a part of. If there's a gay veterans group that wants to march and there's a gay Irish veterans group, they should be allowed in the parade just like everyone else. No special kind of designation, but we're a group. We're here to march, and that's what we're doing.
What do you say to some politicians such as Michelle Bachmann, who was quoted as saying that the gay community, let me paraphrase here, she's making the claim that the gay community is bullying America with such situations as this?
Well, you know, when someone like Michelle Bachmann speaks, you can pretty much flip it into a complete mirror image, and that's what the reality is. So we live in a country where, unfortunately, young people particularly, but people are bullied constantly every day in schools and in workplaces across America. And they're bullied because of people like Michelle Bachmann and her husband, who run a program that purport to be able to de-gay gay people. So we really know where her interest is. It's in keeping people in the closet and making sure that, you know, her base that has this kind of vitriol against gay and lesbian equality in the LGBT community continue to spew. And I think, as we know, folks like her are coming to the end of being able to do that.
Well, the boycotts are one thing, the activism something else, but now in the business climate, this is a Guinness beer. They were going to be a big sponsor of this. In fact, it's after 5 o'clock. I think I'll have a couple of cool ones. I got one on the set here for you if you wanted one. If you'd have been in New York, you could have had one with me. What's it say that Guinness pulled out of sponsoring the St. Patrick's Day parade here in New York City? What is this telling to corporate America or any other sponsor? They want everybody to drink their beer, I would imagine, including Big Eddie.
Including Ed, and Ed, cheers to you on St. Patrick's Day. I even have my green tie on specifically for the show. So I think it's great that we celebrate it, but we also know it's big business. Here in Washington, with a snowstorm, the bars are affected. And in New York, we're going to see, you know, a lot of people say, well, will people stop drinking Guinness? No, I've already heard from lots of friends of mine, folks, you know, in these up-and-coming areas. I heard today that throughout Williamsburg and Brooklyn, a real hip area, the Guinness is flowing as a result of this, because these companies know that in this day and age, it's not acceptable anymore to say we'll be a part of something that's not fully inclusive.
Since you're not here, Mike, I guess I'm just going to have the proverbial couple of cool ones during the job here today. Good to have you with us. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Ed.
Mike Rogers, Raw Story here on The Ed Show. Coming up, the American steel industry is the best in the world.